podcast. I am Robin.
And Vaughn.
And tonight we talking about this social media thing, man. Social media has taken over. It's everywhere. And it's funny because some of us are at an age where we can remember a world without social media. And our question tonight is going to be, has it gone too far? What's real anymore?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you see, remember the old school do it for the gram, back then?
Right.
So when it first started coming out, they had, was it Vine? That was one
doing
too,
it for
right?
the Vine.
Doing it for the Vine, yep. So yeah, it's been changing. It's become an integral part of everyone's life, I think, at this point. And it's just been interesting to see how things change, and love to kind of understand and maybe see where it's going to be in another 5-10 years, is how things have changed, the access with internet speed, devices that people have. I mean, having computers usually just a work thing, really, right?
Well, it's wild because when we go to talking about is anything real anymore, that becomes so many different things, because you go from everything from stuff like clickbait,
yep,
to AI taking over things.
Yeah.
You can create damn near anything using freaking AI at this point, to just the person you talking to online. You see the Instagram hotties, the Instagram models. You know what I'm saying? Everything is filtered to high shit right now.
Hell, forget filtering. Some are just AI generated.
Right.
You don't even know if the person you looking at
is a real person.
Yeah.
Like, is that real, or is that something a computer made up? So
remember your kid, was it real? Memorex?
Right. So we gonna dive into that thing tonight. We're gonna dive into how social media has affected relationships, parenting,
okay,
friendships.
Okay.
What's real anymore? We gonna dive into that tonight, because I think we really need to draw some lines somewhere.
I guess MC Bree was wrong, and there is future on your front, huh? With social media.
Shit. Listen, that song, with it being a classic like it is, the shelf life sucked. Because, and don't get me wrong, when I say the shelf life, I don't mean that it's not still a banger. I mean that apparently Frontin' had a future.
It did.
Somewhere.
And it pays.
Frontin' had a future, and it pays very freaking well.
Yep.
Because we live in a world now where everything's a freaking front.
That's true.
Absolutely everything is a front now. Social media has made it where if you are real, that's what's not being accepted at this point.
Yeah, if you look at people's, social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and, you always get the snapshots and the pictures of people being happy, the family together, the husband and wife together. You don't see anybody posting the
highlight reel,
the beefed out, moments, or the real deal. Like, we took the Easter pictures. I got, beautiful family. Your wife's pretty, your kids are so cute and all that. But nobody saw the 5 or 6 shots that we posted with our kids, not wanting to take the picture. One's arms folded, the other one looking the wrong way, and that kind of stuff. It's just interesting, and we're all guilty of doing it. But at the end of the day, most people never want to show the real person that they are, or the real reality that they live in on social media. It's like you said, it's usually a highlight reel.
And it's funny because I say that all the time. I say it all the time. Social media is a highlight reel. And if you spend your time watching somebody's social media and aspiring to be somebody or be like somebody based on their social media, you are aspiring to something fake. Because to your point, you are only going to see the highlights.
Yep.
You see the happy couple on social media. You see them lovey. You see them kissing. You see, the vacations. You don't see the debt.
Yep.
You don't see the fights.
Yep.
You don't see the argument.
Yep.
You see the lavish vacation, right? Like, just for example, you see a couple, you see the lavish vacation. They stayed in the 5-6-star hotel, and everything was big. They did everything big. Private jets, luxury
Rolls Royce
suites.
car.
Rolls Royce picked them up from the landing pad. Everything, all that happened.
No, they flew there on Spirit Airlines, Ubered over there.
No, knowing that he maxed out 13 credit cards.
That too.
He's in a tremendous amount of debt now.
That can happen.
And her booty ain't real. You know what I'm saying? So social media has created this world of not real. Just the shit ain't real.
Yep.
Like what song was that? He's all right, but he's not real. And that's basically the world we live in now.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that you get a lot of false realities that are projected on social media, and a lot of times, you're not going to necessarily get the truth of things. We've seen a lot happen in the last, few weeks with different things that have occurred. You see bits and pieces, but you don't get the whole picture either.
And it goes the other way as well. You also have to consider that it goes the other way. If something looks bad on social media, that shit probably 100 times worse. Like, it goes the other way.
Yeah.
Like, so if it looks good, it's probably worse. But if it looks bad, it's probably 100 fucking times worse. You know what I'm saying? Like that Diddy shit, for example.
Oh,
that video looked bad.
Yeah.
It looked horrible, which means that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, you didn't see what happened.
Of this fucking monster. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't see what happened in the hotel room before she left when he passed out drunk. You didn't see what happened when he got her back to the hotel room.
After he drug her down the hallway.
After he drug her down the hallway.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
exactly.
Let me throw out there, allegedly, but,
Ain't no alleged. It was okay. You know what? Don't nothing piss. Listen.
No,
stop
you have
right
to say
there.
allegedly because
Listen.
here I heard an attorney judge say that it is alleged until it's all verified. Mm-hmm. However, to your point, Diddy did get on and make an apology video. Not that long ago.
I'm address.
Let
me address two of those. I'm gonna address two things you just said right there, because it's two damn things right there that you just said that I need to address right now. And cause it's our podcast, I can do what the fuck I want to do. Sue me, okay? First things first. Ain't no alleged, sir. I saw the tape. Only thing that could make it worse is you holding your Social Security card and your mama was there talking about my baby ain't did nothing. That was you.
We all know it was him, but the point that the person made is, there as we started out talking, there are AI fakes and things you can do and throw out there. However, given the continuity of the story, what we know about the young lady and the relationship she had with him, Cassie, I think, and the previous young lady, Kim, and a lot of things that had already been exposed or dropped to, the media and the news that has been out in public, I didn't doubt that was not a real video.
Let me address the second thing. The second thing you said, that punk ass apology he gave.
Yeah, it was pretty sorry.
Let me address that punk ass apology. Because listen here.
You're only sorry because you got caught.
Listen here. We don't accept your apology as a whole. And I'm speaking for Cassie and every freaking body else. As a whole. As a unit, we don't accept your apology. And let me tell you a few reasons, sir, why we don't accept your apology. First things first. Punk motherfucker, you could apologize 6 years ago when you did it.
Or, he's denied it until the video came out.
You literally, when she sued you, got your punk ass up here talking about how many fake allegations was against you. And you were appalled that this type of thing was coming out and being said about your name and blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's not forget this side of 2 months ago. You were shocked and appalled that these type of things were being said about. You want to bring your raggedy ass up here and apologize like we supposed to take you seriously and feel bad for you when you literally want to sit here and act like we didn't hear you and your punk ass attorney talking about you didn't do it.
Yeah.
So don't sit up here apologizing now, sir. That's not where we are in this situation, because you could have apologized then, and you set your whole ass up here talking about you didn't do it. That's first thing. Okay, wait. Okay, I'm not done. I ain't done with my rant yet. Next thing, sir. The next thing about your little punk ass apology. Apologize to Cassie. Keep that same energy. Because don't nothing piss me off more than somebody that want to do some whole shit and then apologize not in the same energy of the whole shit they did. You know what I'm saying? Go apologize to that woman.
I agree. And it he should have definitely apologized to her if he has not done such. But again, I agree with your statement that I don't feel it's a truly remorseful apology, because it's just really for him the public humiliation, the financial losses, things that he's dealing with.
Dropping wine.
But at the end of the day, to your point, he denied it. He'd have done better just to say no comment if he really was remorseful and didn't, instead of denying it publicly, especially, when there's a tape out there. And Lord knows what else is out there, that we've not seen.
What my girl Rihanna say? Don't tell me you're sorry because you're not. Because the only reason you're sorry is because you got caught.
Yep, I agree. I think that honestly, to your point, had he not been caught, had it not came out in public, had the video not dropped, he would have denied it, and kept denying it, and would not have tried to do this public apology and talking about how he hates the person that was there, and he's been through therapy and counseling and
listen,
blah blah blah.
I got another one. Keep
What's
God
that?
out y'all apologies. Even if you got saved since you did it, and because listen, who am I to tell you what you and Jesus done did? So even if that's the case, keep him out your mess. Don't be out here making my Jesus look bad. Keep him out your mess. Cause that's all you doing. You gonna put him in your mess to try to get you try to put somebody on your team to make you look better. Cause he's straight up over here like, I got counseling. I've been to church. I've been praying. Me and Jesus. I need God to be showing up like, keep me out of it. I ain't even talk to him. I wish God could just be like, I ain't even heard from him. It wasn't me.
That would be hilarious. Or just, old school lightning strike in the middle of the room as he
right.
brought Jesus
It
up,
wasn't even me. It wasn't. So I need people, even if you did get saved after it happened, I need people in their apologies to keep God out their mess. That's what I need. For me. Because you're making them look bad.
Oh,
you're making them look bad.
Yeah,
you're making them look bad.
I won't necessarily say I think you should keep God out of the apology. I mean, if you truly did find Jesus, you truly repentant.
That's between you and him.
I mean,
you can apologize without having to ride his coattail in your bullshit, is all I'm saying.
Well,
that's like being like, I know the manager. I know the owner of the store. Don't nobody give a shit. You still go stand in line.
Had that happen last weekend at a McDonald's on Mac in 75.
You still gonna stand in line. That's telling somebody after you done did some horrific shit that you apologize and you been to church and you found Jesus is the equivalent of going in a store and not getting your way and be like, I know the owner. Nobody gives a shit. He's not here.
But Jesus is always.
And it don't change that you're a jerk.
I agree. I mean, I agree that it probably does not change that, obviously he's a jerk, and people that like to do that are usually jerks. But, I won't say, I don't necessarily agree with leaving Jesus out. I mean, if you really did repent, say, hey, I did repent, I'm asking. But again, I guess the point is to what you just said. He didn't apologize to her. He didn't ask for her apology publicly either. So, you quote unquote involving God in it, I agree, is kind of BS, because until you can say you've apologized to her and tried to make amends.
Keep my Jesus out your bullshit.
Probably should leave God out of it until you've actually gone to your
Keep my Lord out your mess.
You've offended.
Is all I'm saying. Keep my Lord out your mess.
Well,
is all I'm saying. Is all I'm saying.
We'll have to disagree on the technicality again. If you've apologized to that person and made it known,
keep my Lord
you
out
can bring
your
God
mess.
in it. But if you ain't apologized to them,
keep him out your mess.
Don't bring it up.
Apologize without putting him in your mess. Go through your self-awareness journey on your own, because you don't need to tell nobody about your journey and your apology any damn way. What difference do it make?
Well, I think, if you're doing a public apology for your behavior and what you did, again, step one is the person that directly was involved in it, that you harmed or hurt, you should have apologized to first, and the video comes out, you need to, I agree, acknowledge it. Say I did it. I'm sorry. I've made amends with so and so. I made amends.
My point is, what difference does your self-awareness, bettering yourself journey what does it have to do with your apology? Is my point. You were an asshole. You did some asshole stuff. The truth of the matter is, we don't care about you finding yourself and making yourself better. It don't make you look better to us. And the moment people realize that, the better.
Well,
nobody cares. Because the truth of the matter is, if you weren't an asshole, we still wouldn't care.
Well, I guess where the concept comes in that you're apologizing, you're trying to show that you changed. That's why you're bringing that up. Now, if you go back to doing the same stuff, it is what it is, But I would respect you more if you legitimately didn't change and you just said, "Hey, I'm sorry I did this," or whatever, and kept it moving. But all the extra stuff, if you're not really changed, then no, you don't.
How many times did he put his hands on that girl after that situation?
I mean, I don't know, but
kick rocks and blow
I'm pretty sure it was more than once.
I hope that motherfucker Diddy bop all the way to hell.
Question I would ask is, if he was in the room with her, would he try and put his hands on her now?
Probably so. The amount of money she cost him. Probably so. Anyway, back to this
social media.
Social media, real or fake? Okay. What is it doing to things in our world and how it's changing things? I want to talk about how social media is affecting dating, because I have single friends and they expressed to me, I've heard the term it's pee in the dating pool so many times. You know what I'm saying? Girl, it's pee in the dating pool. And it's so funny because I watch TikTok and social media, all of this, and I really sit up and be like, I don't know how y'all even deal with this shit.
Yeah, I would be interested to know, is there a good age range in the dating pool where a lot of the things that you see and hear, these nightmare stories, are limited or don't occur as much? I mean, because you've got the younger people that are in the late teens, early 20s, just wilding out. But you've got older people get more sophisticated in how they do their wilding out. It's just, is there a point where people legitimately in there? I guess, at the end of the day, are you dating to go out and just meet people and have fun, or are you dating with purpose, and i.e. a long-term relationship, marriage? I guess that's the question, that I would have of what's happening with the dating pool now, and then how does social media affect people's perception and goals when they go out and date?
So the problem I think you run into with social media and dating is you have to get past everybody's representative. And social media makes getting past people's representative so much harder than it used to be. Because their representative is plastered all over the internet. And then you also have a lot of people that they're so consumed with social media that they actually believe that their representative is who they are. Like, they are convinced that they are their representative.
But I don't think that's necessarily new to social media, because it's always been an issue of when you meet somebody, and you meet their quote unquote representative, and as you get into a relationship with them, you find out who the real person is. Social media just allows you a greater volume of a glimpse of what they're presenting to you in the beginning, because you have their history of everything that they put up on their page. You have all their pictures and videos and thoughts that they post and stuff like that. But you don't necessarily, you have that volume of information that you didn't have maybe previously, where, growing up and when I was in high school, we had beepers and cell phones towards the end of high school. Cell phones just came out and they were in bags. Wow. So, yeah, I am. So you basically had, people with pagers and phones, and you talk to people. You meet them at a party, you meet them at school, you talk to them on the phone, and that was how you got to know people. You didn't have an insight to other information other than mutual friends that you knew of, that you get information from them about. That's really about it. But now you can just go to someone's social media page. I see a beautiful woman at a party, and it's like, oh, I probably should have got her number. Let me just go to her social media page. Oh, I see her. Okay, I can get in touch with her this way. Not that I advise anyone to do that.
Yeah, stalking has become prevalent.
Has it?
Especially in the last 11
years.
Or so years. On social media, stalking has become prevalent.
Yeah, well, it sometimes results in fairy tale.
It used to be a time where if you left a motherfucker at a party and didn't give him your number, you left his ass at that party and didn't give him your number. But no.
Even if you look back at him, like, I wish you come get my number.
Because of social media, you leave that motherfucker at that party and don't give him your number. By the time you get home, this motherfucker done found you on social media. Well, guess what? I guess you ain't got to give him your number. Shit, he found you on social media. He know you, your mama, all of y'all. Nah, shit. So, yeah, I guess.
Hey, it could work out, though, I guess.
And that's another thing. Do you know how many times I've been out and heard women say that guys don't even ask for your number anymore? They ask for your Instagram. Like, that's a thing.
I didn't know.
Like, that's a freaking thing. Like, why? What's your Insta? I wish the fuck you would hit me up on Instagram. Slide in my DM. Sir. Ain't nothing cute about that. But I guess that's the shit now.
Well, I mean, what is it, 10, 15 years ago, texting was the big thing, right? I guess you still had to have a number to text, but people weren't talking on the phone.
Oh,
I remember when
look, don't call me.
Well, I was going to say,
if it could have been a text message, you better not pick up the phone and call me.
My daughters were teenagers, and that's all they did was they text all day. But they pick up the phone and call them. No, they could be in the room over. They wouldn't get up and go walk. You get a text message.
I am a whole adult, and you better not call me if it could be a text message.
I'm just going to call you.
I am annoyed if it could have been a text message and you called me. So I actually feel that one on a personal note. Like, if it could have been a text message, why you on my phone? Now, I understand if it's over 3 sentences, then yeah, you probably should have just picked up the phone and called me. But if it's something quick and I could have answered it, don't call me. Why are you on my phone?
Oh.
But I'm also that same person that if I am driving on my way home and I call you and you don't answer, and 5 minutes later you call me back, it's a possibility that I won't answer your call at that point because I am now out of that mood to want to talk. I'm that person too. Like because a lot of people, especially people that know me, and I put up the quotes because a lot of people think they know me and don't, and I've realized that. Like, I'm in that point in my life where I realize that a lot of people that thought they thought they knew me, or even people that I thought knew me, I am realizing they don't know me at all. And it's funny because a lot of people that think they know me think that I am this outgoing, oh, Robin's this social butterfly. She's so outgoing. And they don't realize that I am such an introvert. I am such an introvert. And it's funny because I had a therapist tell me once that the term is I am an extroverted introvert. So basically what it is I can be social. I can be this social butterfly. However, it's draining for me. So I can only do it so much. And when I'm done, I need to completely shut down and reset. Like, I don't like it. But the older I get, I really don't like it. Like, I'm becoming more introverted the older I get. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be bothered with people. I don't want to be around people. And, like, you will sit here and be like, you do know you got to go outside. No, I don't. I don't really have to go outside. Like, do I really have to go outside? Like,
Yeah, you
who
do.
has to go outside? Nobody has to go outside.
You gotta
Like,
go outside. Yeah. School week. Gotta pick the
nobody
kid up
ha-
and drop him off.
Nobody really has to go outside. You have to go outside. I mean, I don't have to talk to people. I could avoid that for a while. I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to see if I can go a whole week, like, without talking to anybody outside of my home.
It won't work. You'll talk to your mom. Your mom will ruin it.
Okay, so I'll have, like, exceptions. So, like, I'm gonna do an experiment where, like, I'm gonna not talk to anybody outside of my home, and, like, Angel and my mama. If you don't live in my house,
I can make that list grow real quick.
If you don't live in
throw
my
some
house,
names. You'll be like, oh, okay, them and them.
Nope. If you don't live in my house or Angel or my mama, I'm gonna not talk to you. I'm gonna do a whole week experiment and see if I can go 7 days.
What about any of the grandmas?
Nope.
None of them?
What I need to talk to y'all for?
You ain't gonna talk to none of the grandmas?
I said my mama.
Okay.
It's only one other one. And I've gone weeks without talking to her.
I can think of two more, but continue.
I definitely don't talk to them. What the hell I need to talk to them for? So my point is, like, I'm gonna do an experiment to see how long I can go without talking to people. I'm gonna just see. This will be interesting. Because I don't like talking to people.
You're not going to make it a week because you're going to forget what day you're on and talk to somebody.
I bet I won't. Because it's going to be a reason for me to not talk to nobody. That's going to be awesome. Y'all tell me in the comments. Y'all think y'all can go a week without talking to nobody outside of your house? Like, do y'all think you can go a whole 7 days without talking to anybody outside of the people that live with you?
So you go outside and you, let's say, go to McDonald's and somebody says hi, you don't say nothing to them?
Well, here's the thing. I DoorDash. And then I ain't got to talk to no freaking body.
Okay.
We got a comment from Jackie and it says, hell,
yeah.
I wish I could do that. Hell, I wish I could go a week without talking to the people in my house. That's a dream. But the amount of times I hear mama in a day, there's that. Anyway, let me get back on topic. Because I'm just thinking about how joyous that would be. And that would be a joy. Anyway, parenting.
Okay.
The way social media has affected parenting. Because one of the things that pisses me off is how everybody is a parenting expert. And if you got a fucking dog, and I'm going to say this with my chest. All my chest. If you got a fucking dog and ain't got no kids, and you think because you have a baby too, that you understand this shit, I can't lock my kid in a fucking cage and leave. So shut up talking to me. And I mean that with everything in my spirit. Okay? All of me.
I'll say the other one that annoys me are the aunties and the uncles that don't have kids but always want to give advice or think they know. You know.
I don't hear them at all. And I cuss an auntie and uncle without kids the fuck out.
I'm just saying, and I'm not saying like immediate family members, but I'm just saying if you know people, they don't have kids, but they claim they help raise so and so. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. If you can drop their asses off, you didn't help. Listen.
They didn't live for you for an extended period of time, meaning 6 months to a year out of their life.
Well, I helped raise them. No, you did not. You were never financially, emotionally, spiritually, anything responsible for them. You did not help raise them. But let me tell you something about aunts and uncles with no kids. I will cuss an aunt and uncle with no kids the fuck out about telling me about how to raise my kid. All the way out. No exception. Hell, I cuss an aunt and uncle with kids out about telling me how to raise my kids. So I know one without kids gonna get cussed the hell out. Because at the end of the day, they belong to me. So you don't really have anything to say to me about how to raise my kid. So if you don't have any kids, so you have no reference point to even begin your argument, kick rocks and blow bubbles.
Because I'll even say this. I mean, even just having kids and knowing each child is different. So, you know, what works for one child, how one child acts, may not work for the other. You know, I mean, I've got 4 kids and they all have very unique personalities. Now, do some of them have similar traits or similar things that they do periodically? Yes, but at the end of the day, they're still all pretty much different. I mean, in terms of personality and behavior.
Yes.
You know, so even what worked for my oldest probably is not going to work for my youngest, you know.
Listen, I was at work one day. I was working this job and I was at work one day. And we were talking about children. And this lady walked in and she's having this whole conversation about her baby, right? And I'm talking full-blown conversation about her baby this and her baby that and her baby this and her baby that. And I kind of walked in halfway through the conversation. And at some point in the conversation, another black girl tapped me on my leg and said, "She's talking about a Yorkie." And before I could catch myself, I said, "Shut the fuck up." And like everybody in the circle kind of looked at me. I said, "Oh, my bad." And they was like, what? I said, nothing. My bad. And like the girl next to me trying not to bust out laughing because she know what she done said to me. And I'm like, nothing. My bad. But like I was done with every bit of that conversation because I was ready to go hit this lady in her face. Because what you not going to do is be talking about your Yorkie. While this lady over here talking about how her newborn keeping her up. And you over here talking about your Yorkie barking. And you over here talking about my baby be crying. And I'm thinking, I'm sitting here like... And it was weird some of the stuff she was saying. Because she was like, and then when my baby cries, I just take him outside. And I was just like... Okay, maybe your baby like the air. I don't fucking know. You know, like whatever. Some kids like the air. Like maybe your baby part puppy. I don't know. Who the fuck am I? Maybe they daddy was a Q. They part dog.
Wow.
Who the hell am I? I don't know. Shots fired.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who am I? Anyway, and then the girl next to me gonna tell me she talking about a Yorkie. I was ready to fight. A whole fight. Because what you not gonna do? That's what we not gonna do. You're not going to be talking about your dog. Ma'am. I had a lady that worked for me once. I was her manager. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was her manager. And she came to work one day. And she was broken. I'm talking crying hysterically. She couldn't work. She couldn't eat. She couldn't think straight. She wanted to go home early. I mean, she was broken. Absolutely broken. Okay?
Just a job in Troy.
Yep. She was broken. And I'm like, well, everybody like, well, Robin, you know, so-and-so, you know, she's just having a rough day. You should probably send her home. And I'm like, send her home? What's going on? You know, I'm like, what is it? What is wrong? Well, you know, she had a death. And that's all they said to me. She had a death. And I'm over here feeling horrible for this young lady, okay? I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry. So I go over there and I'm trying to be this good manager and I'm trying to console this young lady. And I'm like, oh my God, I am so sorry, ma'am. Is there anything I can do? You know, what can I help you with? Blah, 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 blah. And this heifer tells me that she had to take her dog to get put to sleep yesterday. Bitch, if you don't get back to work, cause what you not gonna do? Cause what you not gonna do?
You didn't give her no bereavement day?
Why you playing with me?
She gave her a bereavement day.
Why you playing with me?
It was her baby.
Why you playing with me? Why you playing with me? Cause what you not gonna do is be in here act like your mama just died.
It was her baby.
And Fido died. That's what you not gonna do. I don't understand people like that. And I know I'm probably very insensitive for that. It doesn't make sense to me. It's a dog.
Let me ask this. But what if it was her dog and her grandma?
Is her grandma a Shih Tzu? What do you want from me?
You just bring grandma back from the last episode.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Because I just need to understand
People,
why.
because people do have an attachment to their animals. They do love them.
And we got a comment from our producer talking about these stupid ass people whose pets got Facebook pages. Why? Tell me why.
So I know someone who created.
Tell me why Fido Allen got a Facebook page.
I know someone did it because they were trying to do a social media personality with the animal and try and get some following and stuff. So you've seen a few of those. Like, what is that? Grumpy Cat they had. They used to be in a lot of memes and stuff like that. It actually had a Facebook page, and they take pictures of it and narrate what Grumpy Cat was doing that day, stuff like that. So I can understand if you have a business reason because people will follow you on social media, and as you know, you get enough likes and followers, you get monetized.
This lady got mad at me. This lady got mad at me on Facebook because there was some pictures circulating about our social media stuff. Mm-hmm. There was these pictures circulating on Facebook, and it was a full-blown dog funeral. A full-blown dog funeral. The dog was in a casket. There were flowers. They had printed the big pictures. There were people mourning, like the lady that owned the dog had the veil over her head. Like it was a full-blown doggy funeral.
Did they have a minister there for it?
Yes, it was a doggy funeral. Full-blown dog funeral, right?
How much do they pay the ministers for that?
Check this out.
A hustle here.
Check this out. The girl that posted it, I commented on it, being the asshole that I am. I commented on it and was like, this is some stupid shit. And that's exactly what I said. This is some stupid shit. She commented back and was like, Robin, you are really insensitive. People really love their dogs. Bitch, if you pay for a dog funeral,
do you even know if your dog was saved?
A whole ass dog funeral. Y'all took that damn All Dogs Go to Heaven movie way too literal.
What if it's a cat? Do you have to wait for it to die like 9 times and then do the funeral, or just
You know what? I'm sorry. Forgive me. I want you to mourn your dog. I want you to be able to go through that process. I want to help you through it. I do. I apologize. I want to help you through it. I want to help you send your dog out in style. So I am opening up a doggy funeral home. We will specialize in dog funerals, animal funerals. We're not discriminating.
Let's keep them the household pets. We don't do horses.
Maybe
like
you
that.
loved your fish.
Cats, dogs.
Animal funerals. We will make sure your animal is laid to rest, dignified. We have someone to do obituaries. You can have it cremated or buried. You can rent a casket or buy a casket. We have urns. We have photographers. You know what? I'm sorry. I want to help you mourn.
Is that why you haven't saved those mayonnaise jars?
Reach out to us. I got you. Because if you stupid motherfuckers is going to pay for it, I might as well be the one make the money from it.
Is that why you haven't saved all those mayonnaise jars?
That's exactly why you saved the mayonnaise jars.
Okay.
Because if y'all going to pay for it, and then I'm only tell you I cremated your dog, I'm going to just give you a jar of cigarette ashes or some stupid shit saying I don't fucking know.
Clean the grill out.
Right.
Charcoal.
I don't know. Ain't nobody gonna really take the time to cremate a fucking dog.
Throw a few pieces of hair in there randomly, just
for the hell of it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Jackie's gonna be our professional crier. We do hire criers to make your dog's funeral sad. We need your dog's funeral to be exactly what you want it to be. If that's what your dumb ass wants.
I'm sure there are people already doing that, and there's people already making
money. There's a market for it, apparently.
I feel like if there's a market for that, how do you determine, like, do you have a Protestant minister, Baptist, Catholic? Like,
Did your
what
dog get
determines-
baptized?
What if your dog's a different religion, not even Christian?
Did your dog accept Jesus?
See, those are
How
valid
you know
questions.
your dog was saved?
How you know your dog's going to heaven? What if you had a bad dog? You loved him, but he was
Bad
bad dog.
Bad dog. Do you have a funeral for a bad dog? I mean, I guess gangsters and thugs have funerals all the time, so you do have a funeral for a bad dog.
Yeah, but
What music do you play at a dog funeral? Because I'm sure it ain't I'm going up yonder. Like, I'm sure it's not that.
I'm gonna go with the Atomic Dog, but that's just me.
Possibly. I
That's
could
a
see
default.
that, though. I could see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what music? Help me out in the comments, y'all. What music do you play to a dog funeral? Because, our funerals is you either playing I'm going up yonder or,
Yeah, mine you playing Atomic Dog.
Anyway. Anything Snoop. Okay.
But make sure they got my casket down. They're not carrying it when the Atomic Dog come on.
Because the Q's going to drop it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Don't want that to happen.
So, like, no, seriously, what songs do you play at a dog funeral?
I don't know.
Okay, we're not going to think about that on air, but I need y'all, our producer, Yvonne, I need everybody, y'all in my inbox this week, I need y'all to let me know what songs do I need to add to my Robin's Puppy Mortuary playlist.
We're gonna complicate it and throw cats in there too, or we're just gonna stick with the dog.
Robin Animal Mortuary playlist. What songs do you play at an animal funeral? Cause you can't play I'm going up yonder. You can't play what's another funeral song? You can't play doggone dang, I ain't been to a funeral, so I avoid funerals like the plague.
I was gonna say, usually, most of the funerals I've been to has just been general kind of praise and worship songs, But they have had some.
That's a good one, Jackie.
that?
I really miss you, Brandy. That's an awesome song.
For a dog.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's a song you play at a doggy funeral.
There you go.
Yes. Any song from the Lassie soundtrack? Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Or the Disney movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven. You can do that one too.
Yep.
Pretty sure those would be appropriate.
Yep. I'm the ones. Anyway, because I done went on a tangent. I'm
Squirrel.
sorry. I'm sorry. Because that pissed me off. I'm sorry. I done went on a tangent. Married and social media.
Married and social media. I'm going to say probably more marriages have had troubles. I won't say they necessarily ended, but, social media probably has caused a lot of issues in people's marriages. So, to your point, a lot of folks do post the highlight reels. And usually if you do a lot of that and you have a pattern of posting highlight reels and you stop posting significant other pictures, people be wondering what happened.
So here's the thing that I've noticed about the problems that social media has caused with marriages. I think social media is the reason for the large divorce rates. But I don't think it's because of the highlight reels.
What do you think it's
I
because?
think social media is the large cause for divorce rates, more so because social media, and I guess it would be kind of because of the highlight reels, but it's because social media has made posting weddings glamorous. So everybody wants a wedding, but nobody wants a marriage. Because planning a wedding, you get to be this pretty princess and you get to have this beautiful wedding and it gets to be your day and blah, 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 blah. But once all of that fades and once that hype goes away, now you gotta be able to sustain a marriage now. And that's the part that takes work. That's the part that takes you to have to know this person and know you. That's the part that takes you knowing that this shit is not gonna glitter and be gold all the time. And when you hit that really hard time in your marriage, do you have the tenacity and the staying power to fight through that shit and get through it?
So you think that marriages fail on social media because people, in particular, largely women, I'm going to say, just want to post the wedding pictures and that's it. And there's
Well,
not
I
much
think
substance
that
behind
people
it.
are just not looking at marriages realistically anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, marriages were looked at more as business contracts almost. Marriages were looked at as, we're going to get together, we're going to have kids, we're going to build a life together, we're going to build a home together. The husband is going to go out and he's going to work and he's going to provide. The wife is going to take care of the home. She's going to, raise the kids. Everything was handled business wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, realistically.
Well,
And marriage is not looked at like that anymore. And it's because social media has given everybody a flippant opinion.
mm-hmm.
And made everybody's opinion so readily flipping available.
Well, I think that's something people need to consider. When you post something on social media, it's public, and usually you have comments enabled, so people can give their opinion. They can say what they want. They can,
But opinions are like assholes.
Yeah,
everybody got one.
But they can screenshot your stuff. They can show it. They can add titles to it. They can do what they want. Because I've seen people post stuff and get sensitive when someone makes a comment that's contrary to what they were trying to say or what they thought about. And it's like, well, it's social media. So, you technically, it might be your Facebook page, but guess what? You also have it public. You shared it. And if someone else can see it and they disagree, they hit that comment button and say what they got to say. So unless you lock it down so you can't make comments, you have to deal with that. As far as it relates to marriages, I think that, there is that glamour part that people may have that are immature, that, want the marriage. But I think, again, to the point of, you're talking about, are you getting married because you want to have a wedding, or are you getting married because you want to have a husband? And then are you prepared to be a wife? And I think that's some things that people miss out on. Now, the flip side of social media is there's a lot of good resources there on social media that talk about how to strengthen your marriage or save your marriage as well. There's a lot of couples out there, that provide, shorts, videos, podcasts like we do, but, have positive aspects on marriage, relationships, and how
positive?
they do things. We are positive sometimes, but
You're saying we don't have a positive aspect? You said I'm not a positive person.
I'm not saying you're not a positive person.
I think you just said I wasn't positive.
Talking about in the context of marriages. So we don't always talk about
Think
marriage. We talk about things on this podcast, anything that's of our opinion. So my point is, we don't have a specific, it's a relationship podcast largely, but we don't focus necessarily on marriage in and of itself, because we talk about dating and other things like that as they happen, as part of relationships. But my point being is that, I don't think social media is entirely that destructive to marriages, necessarily for the reasons you stated. And I think there are a lot of positive things that come from social media as well.
However, I think you also have to understand the side that social media also brings a lot of temptation to a marriage. Social media opens up that plenty of fish aspect. Social media opens up, because it's a highlight reel, and you're seeing everybody's highlights, and you're seeing the green grass on the other side everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, the grass is greener. Everywhere you look. So social media opens that up in extreme when you're married. Mm-hmm. You see that 20% prevalently that you're missing on social media. And because of AI and the fact that our phones are always listening to us and reading our freaking minds all the time, you thinking about, damn, my wife don't never give me head. Now all of a sudden, every chick that show up on your Instagram is talking about giving head.
And to your point, though, okay, so, you have an argument, you get mad at your spouse, and things pop up in social media and you get to liking things that are talking about, the negative aspects of what you're dealing with in your relationship.
And now you
that
sowing
gets in
all that
negative. That gets in your logarithm, and now it's there.
Everything negative in your damn
you'll
feed
see
now.
it. Now you got divorce attorney ads popping up too.
Yeah.
So I mean it, and but again, the flip side is if you're looking at positive things, that talk positively about marriage and relationships, you'll start to get that feed as well. So the thing I would definitely say is, so a man thinks, so a man is, and this also goes to your social media and what you look at, what you spend your time looking at, what you like, videos you click on to play. If you don't want to see the garbage about cheating and affairs and spouses cheating and stuff like that, scroll past that stuff. Don't like it. Don't engage it. Look for the positive things. Look for the positive quotes that you want to see pop up in your feed, and that's how you manipulate it and get the more positive things to come up.
Yeah, but when you're upset, that's not what you're doing.
Well, no, I get
when
that.
When you're upset in your marriage, you're looking for anything that's going to justify your anger or anything that's going to agree with your anger.
Yeah.
And now you got every chick that's pissed off at her man showing up in your feed. You got every unmotivational quote that's talking about cheating showing up in your feed. Like, literally, social media is the place that if you want negativity, you can get it in abundance.
You can.
And the algorithm will give it to you in abundance.
And I guess what I'm saying, though, is once you get past that incident, once you get past that being upset, you're still going to have the residuals of that negative stuff popping up in your feed because of the logarithm. So now you purposely have to disengage with that stuff, not like it, don't share it, and find positive things to change your logarithm so that stuff doesn't continue.
Yeah, but that
to pop
shit got
up.
you now.
Well, I mean,
like, you gotta hope that it didn't get you to the point where you over here like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, she is narcissistic. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she is a sociopath. Yeah, you're right. She don't care. And now you done liked your comments all the way to freaking divorce court.
My favorite hypothesis is, what if you're married? You're on the same social media platform. Your spouse is cheating, and now your social media is just giving you divorce attorney ads and stuff like that. And you're like, why am I getting this out of nowhere? And you never know. And they can program it to do that because most likely, most social media profiles, you say, hey, I'm married to so-and-so. That's their page. It's all there. All that information's there.
Mm-hmm.
So, never know. But to my point, though, is you can change that logarithm, and you can simply do it by going to the search function and typing in happy marriage or happy marital advice or loving my spouse, and then you'll find those things and you click and you visit some of them. That will start to change your logarithm, and basically it's the same thing. When you're upset and mad at somebody, and whether it's a serious issue or insignificant, the longer you continue to dwell upon being mad at them will usually feed that fire that will continue to cause you to be more and more mad. You'll think of other things to be mad at them about and continue to, feed it and escalate it, where if you take a break, you stop and you come back and you say, okay, I'm going to think of something positive, or, I need to reset and come back to this and think, a different way about it. It's the same way with your social media and your feeds and what you look at. You can change it. It might take you some time to do it, and you have to put some work in, but you can change it.
I dig it. So we're going to get out of here. As y'all see, we got the Island John on the table. Y'all make sure y'all hit up the websites. Make sure y'all check y'all local stores. If they don't have Island John in the local store, request Island John in the local store. We are doing a tasting in Livonia tomorrow. I don't remember the name of the store,
Liquor
but
Vault?
I will. Liquor Vault. Look at you, remembering the name of the store. We are doing a tasting from 5 to 8 at Liquor Vault in Livonia tomorrow. With Island John. So if you guys are free, I would love to see you tomorrow. Come taste some Island John with your girl. I think I'm gonna make a.
And when she says you guys, she means guys and gals too. Just FYI.
Yeah. So come holler at me. Come kick it with me. Come taste some Island John with me. Tomorrow, Liquor Vault in Livonia. I will post the information on the page tomorrow, but it is from 5 to 8 at Liquor Vault tomorrow in Livonia. I do appreciate you guys for kicking it with us tonight about our mishandling of social media. If you are interested in contributing or being an investor in my pet crematory and funeral home, please, please, please hit my DM. We are going to get the ball rolling on this thing, because if you're dumb enough to get your pet a funeral, we are smart enough to take your money, and that's going to be my slogan. If you're dumb enough to pay for your pet a funeral, we're smart enough to take your money.
So in light of that, I will bid you all farewell and good night.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for kicking it with us tonight. We will see you guys next week.
Peace.